starting to wrap my arms around the duties of the office and the needs of the office. I'll not talk about the past, as we're reminded of that quite often. But what I would like to do is to begin by giving you a weekly report of my activities here. I feel I am responsible not just to myself as the county treasurer, but I'm responsible to the citizens of Stark County. Being that this is a public forum, this is my way to convey what's going on in the treasurer's office. I've been out and about talking with folks in Stark County, and still a major concern I am hearing is my money safe? What's going on? And people are talking not just that broadly, but in particular with different areas of it, having to do with cash, having to do with bank accounts, who has access to what. And I've looked at these things from, a closer look than most people have my first week here. And that's the essence of the activities I have listed here, 1 through 6. I have interviewed some of my staff. I have gone over documents. I have gone over the special audit report. Those are good places to start to see what people are actually doing in the office, and the audit report and the different procedures can tell me how far along we've really gotten here since, before I arrived. Part of what I do and what I did in the banking industry is risk assessment. And it's a very good approach to what needs doing there, is to determine the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities, the high-risk areas of conducting the business of Stark County Treasurer. I've started to pull that apart to see what the vulnerabilities are, to see what mitigating risk controls are in place or are not in place in some cases, and then to apply those and then to determine whether the results of that are satisfactory or not. For me, and for you, and with the folks in the county that I've talked to recently, they have no risk tolerance. I mean, it's zero. So as far as how I'm going to approach fixing matters, they're applying policies and procedures. The results should be to minimize the risk as much as possible. Now, nothing you do in business, nothing you do in government is risk-free. There's always those risks. My duty is to collect and safeguard the funds of the county until they're dispersed to the agencies or departments that are to receive those funds there. We do have some key positions and key tasks that need performing on a daily basis there in the treasurer's office. I'm looking at that very closely. In fact, when I leave here, I've got a meeting going on without me right now. We're looking at that very same topic there. Some of the duties are too concentrated with too few people. And this, I said I wouldn't talk about the past, but we have to learn from the past, and we paid a big price for that lesson, so we're going to use that lesson there. We're going to be sure to properly segregate duties so no one or even two people have complete control of any function of the office there. If it takes two people to do something, we will be rotating people so that there's no two people for an extended period of time that control a certain function of the office. Another thing, I met a few times with County Auditor Perez. We have a tax billing coming up. We have a lot of work in preparation for that billing. We're working on that. And that is very time-consuming to prepare for that, while we still have the old tax collections outstanding yet, too. So we're doing two functions there along with all of this. So, and with our limited staff now, I was there Saturday, and several of my folks were there Saturday, too. And it's going to take that. But we're willing to do that. We have to do that. And then as far as the cash controls, I know that was a sore subject, again, from the past. We've already implemented some safeguards, timing of deposits and things, and then we have some more of that to go here. By the end of this week, we'll have more implemented. I really don't want to get into that too much because that's more of a security issue, but these things are being looked at. And this is week one. This is week one. So I'm out in the middle of the lake and jumped out of that boat, and it's a busy place over there. It's busy everywhere in Stark County government. But one of the reasons I'm submitting this report is that we need to be transparent to Stark County citizens as possible. They have to start to rebuild. We have to earn their trust back. And this transparency is going to help. It's not the answer, it's part of the answer to provide that, yes, your money is safe. Here's what we've done so far to make sure it is safe there. And that's part of the rebuilding process. And I want to look forward. I want to progress that trust mission, if you will. And it is a mission. It's a duty here. So I appreciate the time you've given me here, and would entertain any questions you have for me.
No, I think this is really, really good, and I'm glad you are going to give us a weekly update. I think it's good not only for us, but as you said, for the people in our county. And I appreciate this. This is good information. Thank you.
Thank you.
The best of luck to you, too, as you continue on this journey.
Thank you.
Ken, I just have one question. As you look towards the future investments and how you're going to secure those or make them as safe as possible, I assume FDIC insured type investments, or what are you leaning towards?
The investments?
Yeah.
Those are permissible investments under the Ohio statutes there. They're very conservative. In fact, I've met a couple hours this morning with our investment company that is contracted. And they are conservative investments there. We're getting a decent yield, but the primary, and we went over this, the primary goal of that is the preservation of principal.
Right.
And then we will manage that to maximize the yield on that, but we have to look at cash flows too and what's needed. So the duration of that investment portfolio is somewhere just over 2 years there, and the yield is, as compared to other counties, I am told, is favorable. So it's being managed very well from what I've looked at so far. And it's about a $90 million investment portfolio.
Well, I just want to thank you for stepping up and fulfilling this job and getting your hands into it and really working on all the different aspects and things that exist over there, because as we've come to find out, it's going to take some work to get this thing back on track. But I appreciate what you're doing, and I think you're doing a very good job.
Ken, I share the same sentiments of both commissioners, but I'm more so very thankful that you agreed to come on board. I mean, with your background, your expertise, and your professionalism, it's just a true testament of your abilities as a leader, and one that knows what you're looking for and also knows what you're striving to achieve. And by this type of correspondence, it's like a breath of fresh air, and I thank you very much for that.